What are you doing?
It's not me, innit?
Half your face. Hello, guys. It's Antcon again. Obviously, we're at Antcon at the moment. I've just been sitting chatting, and I decided that you wanted to be on the live stream, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you wanted to ask some questions and stuff. So we're going to ask him about how he's felt Antcon. Obviously, do you want to introduce yourself? Sorry.
My name is Ellie, and I obviously like ants because I'm at Antcon.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if there'd be YouTubers here, and we're gonna start off with the Antcon questions, right?
Yeah.
So I thought this was gonna be on a road, because on the first time in Antcon, I saw a video and I saw that it was on a road, not by loads of shops. I thought it would just be one house on a town.
So how have you found this place then?
Well, my dad knew about it, so he searched it up, because there was a thing called Minecon about Minecraft, and he was like, what if there's gonna be an Antcon? So he searched it up and then found it, Antcon, but we couldn't go the first time because he missed out on the ticket.
Yeah, they did sell very quickly, and this one as well. To be fair, your dad did want to get tickets here too.
Yeah, and I thought this would honestly be a bit bigger.
What, the venue?
Yeah, the venue would be a bit bigger. I thought it would be bigger, so the house would be bigger. And when I saw it, I don't think it had this little sort of courtyard. So I thought it would just be upstairs, tons of ants in one room. But then it's changed, so we've got a whole courtyard out here.
And you've got
tables. There's a shop, and we've got this place over there. I don't know if you probably won't be able to see it, but it's got loads of different ant species
on show.
So yeah, it's got some on the show, and there's dinosaur ants, Dracula ants, Solenopsis.
So which one was your favourite then?
I don't know. I think it'd have to be the dinosaur ants, because I can't help it. They just look so cool, hunting. And in there, I also really liked the the carpenter ants, because they had major swarming this cockroach. And I wonder how it was still alive, because somehow
the cockroach.
I don't get why it would defend itself when it's literally dead already. I don't know why
because
dead.
Cockroaches have a different nervous system to us. So when you cut them, they will be dead, but because of the nervous system, they still twitch a lot and move. But they are dead, so we don't need to worry about it. They don't live feed or anything like that. So that's fine. So I won't worry about that too much. It is dead. But so how have you found the Antcon today then? Because obviously it's your first time.
Enjoyable, because they have loads of different activities.
Yeah.
You can go see Empire the Underground. But sadly, I missed that since I was talking to someone. So I missed that, but I managed to get in for the last minute or something. I'm not really sure though. And they have a whole place where you can order food.
Yeah.
And there's loads of stuff nearby to order food. There's Chinese. And so now I've got questions about ants, so normal ants. And I've got this question that I've been thinking about for ages. I've been wondering, what would happen if an ant got onto an lake that was about to fly and then it flew off with the ant on its back? Would it mate? Or
No.
would the ant kill it?
No. So you're saying if it left the nest and it had an ant on it when it flew?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would fall off. Plus, because it's part of the same colony, that ant wouldn't attack it or anything like that.
I thought it would attack a male from another colony though.
No, they generally know what they're doing when they fly off, so you wouldn't have an ant generally attached to it when it flies, because they kind of usher them out to go off, because obviously that's the next generation of ants.
Oh, that's what happened. I thought that it was I thought they would stick on, because they have little claws on their legs.
I reckon it would fall off, but I don't know because I've never seen it happen.
I guess that is true. Nobody's seen it happen, I guess.
So tell me, how long have you been keeping ants for?
About 2 or 3 years.
It's quite a while, because how old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
So you've been keeping ants since you're 6?
Oh, not 6. I think it was since I was 7 or 8.
Ah.
I'm not sure though. I think it was for my 7th birthday that I got my first actual colony.
What was that?
it was a Lasius niger colony, and somehow I tried to get to move, but it didn't move. But overnight they moved,
I've
and then because I go to school obviously. My headmaster he asked me about questions about the ants, and I said they disappeared when they like moved into the dirt, and I never knew that because I predicted they'd moved into the dirt. But then suddenly, like, a few weeks later, or like a month later, they moved in with the group, but there was no queen, and I don't know where the queen had went.
Well, are we talking about your setup? Has it got a lot of dirt in there?
Yeah, it had dirt in the outworld.
How thick?
It was like as thick as the roof of the outworld.
Oh, so that was full of dirt.
Yeah.
You'll probably find that the queen, they formed a chamber for the queen, and she was in there chilling out. If you've got if they went back into the test tube or nest or whatever it is, it might be just because that got a bit dry, so they moved the brood it back into the test tube because it's a bit more humid for them.
I maybe thought that like the entrance into like the brood chamber would have like collapsed in.
Oh, sometimes that happens. They do.
And then like they have one worker just digging, and it took ages.
Well, it might happen, but generally speaking, like I said, like you said, they'll clear the blockage, and then they'll obviously start using it again. But it does happen in nature, so it's not something they're not used to. So for tunnels to collapse and stuff like that, because like obviously people walking on nests and things, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And what about what's your favourite colony that you've kept so far? That you've kept?
Well, I think it would have had to have been Lasius flavus because my favourite probably would have been Mesobarbarus, but the queen died. And like the pupae, it was stuck between the cotton and the test tube, and like it never hatched. It never really closed.
So did you just have a queen?
Yeah, I just had a queen
With
and
some
then
brood.
it died.
Yeah, you see, the Mesobarbarus are really pains to found because they need to be left alone, and they need to be left alone until they start getting workers, and then you'd want to attach something like an outworld to the test tube, or put the test tube in an outworld for them, so then they've got somewhere that they can forage for food, and you can feed them without disturbing them, because they are notoriously skittish around vibrations and things like that. But they are difficult to found, so I wouldn't worry yourself too much that she died, because I've lost loads of colonies trying to found them. So, but the thing with this hobby is you just need to be very patient. You need to know to leave them alone and be very patient with it, so that the queen has the best chances of surviving and not locking on her too much or anything like that.
You see, my dad forced me.
Forced you?
Yeah, he forced me to put the queen into the outworld. Like, he told me we should try to. Not really forced me, he told me he could like try to.
If you go for an naturalistic setup, I don't like them. Not that I don't like them. I don't use them because I like to film my ants and put them on my channel and stuff. So I always go for artificial setups, and I've got a couple of thousand strong Mesobarbarus colony, and they're all in like nests like these. So so they get on fine in like artificial setups. They don't have to have like mud to dig into and stuff like that. It's just a big thing with them is you've got to leave them alone. Even my colony, which is established, every time I go to feed them and stuff, they'll just get all skitty and run around all over the place. It's just the way that messes are, but they're so easy to look after because they can survive at room temperature in your house. They don't necessarily need heat. You just need to feed them seed. They can survive solely on seeds, but you can also put some extra protein, like your mealworms that your dad's got, and things like that. So they've got an extra boost of protein, and all you need to do is give them water. That's all you need to do. You don't need to worry about honey water, any sweet stuff, because they get it all from the seeds.
That makes so much sense. So, the Lasius flavus, I liked it because it was like a free queen colony and it came with like a few workers. And like I personally like stinging, biting, and spraying ants.
I can safely tell you, do not get stinging ants. As the guys on my channel know full well with my Solenopsis, they are horrendous. In fact, if you speak to PJ after this, get him to show his video of me getting stung by them. He will happily do it and find it hilarious. So you're gonna get PJ, PJ Ants?
Oh yeah.
Perry? Yeah, go speak to him and he'll show you it. And he will be sitting there giggling in the background because he finds it hilarious. But yeah, but for a native species, you've got Myrmica rubra, which is a UK stinging species. If that's what you want to get, they have multiple queens as well.
That's what I tried to get. Like, I saw these weird looking queens that weren't Lasius niger, because every summer in like my old house there would be massive nocturnal flights, and I'd see like queen ants everywhere.
Yeah.
On like my patio. But then I noticed there were a few queen ants that weren't Lasius niger, and there were some on my pool. And like I caught them, I put them in a test tube, and I didn't know what they were, so I looked on like the Safari on the iPhone. But for some, I saw that they were red ants, and I saw that they need to like hunt because they were like, isn't it semi-claustral?
Semi-claustral, yeah. So you got claustral is where you'll put the queen in a test tube, for example, or in nature they'll bury under the ground form a little chamber, and then they'll seal it and stay there till they get workers. When they're semi-claustral, they will form that chamber, but they'll keep it open so they can still go out themselves. So the queen will go out and look for food so she can eat and stuff while she's growing her first load of brood.
I'm actually like, my dad won't let me get stinging ones because I have a baby brother, and he's really worried about him.
Well, Myrmica,
he doesn't want my brother to like get stung or anything.
Oh, I totally understand that. Even though you might probably want to get your brother stung sometimes, I'm sure. But
it can be quite annoying. My friends who have like a baby brother or something, or like a toddler, like they usually lie just to get them in trouble, and the brother doesn't.
Let's not do that with your brother, as your mum's probably going to hate me and leave vile comments on my video. But back to the Myrmica rubras, they even though they do sting, they generally avoid it. They're not like Solenopsis, which just want to sting you for the sake of it. They're pretty good that they won't sting you if you disturb them too much. They're quite a difficult species to keep, but if you can get the humidity, if you get a nest that maintains quite high humidity, they'll generally be okay.
So basically, like a white-tongue nest.
Like yeah, exactly that white-tongue nest. If you humidify
I put water like in there.
Yeah, and then it will soak through into the white-tongue, and it'll keep it nice and humid for them.
When I first got it, I thought you could like bend it down for the ants to go in.
No, that's where you hydrate it, and that's the tube where the ants go in. And obviously, because they're native to the UK, you don't need to worry about heating them as well. So your dad doesn't need to worry about getting you a thermostat and heat cables and all that as well. But anyway, thank you for that. I'm going to go because I want to do a couple more bits getting around before I do my final little wrap up from today. But I just thought I had a great opportunity to talk to a little ant keeper. Yeah, have a little ant keeper and to speak to. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that too. And I'm sure that your mum's probably going to be watching this as well. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Is that all right?
Yep.